of maple booths. Small vases with fresh flowers and unlit tea light candles in glass votive holders rested upon the pressed linen. Cherry wainscoting gave the place a warm family feel. The ocean shimmered from large bay windows and seagulls soared above the water. The delicious aroma of fresh herbs, fragrant spices, and grilled lamb wafted to her. It was only 10 o'clock in the morning, well before the restaurant opened for lunch, and that meant her mother was preparing her savory specials. Lucy walked forward and stopped by the hostess stand. The place hadn't changed since she was a kid. As a young child, her mom carried her around to greet customers and kiss the staff. When she was 8, she started rolling silverware and cloth napkins and refilling salt and pepper shakers. Lucy eyed the cash register behind the counter with its laminated dollar bill showcasing the first cash the restaurant took in, as well as the required health department notices that hung on the wall. A low wall separated a waitress station from the dining area, and a pair of swinging doors led to the kitchen. She recalled her days as a hostess and cashier, seating customers and handing them menus, then ringing them up to pay on their way out. A waitress pad sat on a nearby table, and she remembered how excited she'd been as a teenager the day her father promoted her from hostess to waitress. The cash tips had helped pay for her prom gown. Footsteps sounded on the terracotta tiles. Lucy turned to see her older sister carrying a tray of sparkling glasses. "Lucy? What are you doing here?" Her sister set down the tray on a nearby table. Lucy smiled and embraced her warmly. "Hi, Emma. I've come for a visit." At 37, Emma was 5 years older than Lucy. Lucy had always been a bit envious of her sister, who was slim and attractive, with long, curly brown hair. She weighed the same as she had since college, and she'd never had to worry about how many carbs or pieces of pita bread she consumed. "How's Max?" Lucy asked. Emma wrinkled her nose. "He's the same. The king of real estate in town. He works a lot and is never around." Emma tended to frequently complain about her husband, but they had a 10-year-old daughter they adored. "And my little niece, Niara?" "Most of the time, Niara's great," Emma said. "She's good in school and likes soccer, but she's also a tween who can drive us crazy. I dread the puberty years to come." Lucy chuckled. "I imagine we drove Mom and Dad nuts as teenagers." Emma perched on the edge of a table and crossed her arms. "How's work? I'm surprised you could get away." Lucy cleared her throat. "Well, that's just it. I have some time to—" "Lucy Berberian!" Lucy whirled to see her mother and father emerge from the swinging kitchen doors. Her Lebanese, Greek, and Armenian mother, Angela, had olive skin and dark hair that she'd styled in a beehive since the 60s. Her Armenian father, Rafi, was a portly man of average height with a balding pate of curly black hair. Both had arrived in America on their 21st birthdays, met months later at a church festival, and married soon after. They'd meshed cultures and languages, and Emma and Lucy were first-generation Americans with ethnic roots as strong as her parents' prized grapevine clinging to its trellis. Lucy found herself engulfed in her mother's arms, flowery perfume tickling her nose. The large gold cross, the one piece of jewelry her mother never left the house without, was cool as it pressed against Lucy's neck. Her mother was a tiny woman, only 5 feet tall, even with her beehive hairdo, but she was a talented chef and a smart businesswoman. Angela passed Lucy to her father, and Lucy smiled at his bear hug and the light scrape of his whiskers as he brushed her cheek with a kiss. He released her to study her face and grinned. "My little girl, the big city lawyer." Her mother touched Lucy's arm. "It's Tuesday. Shouldn't you be at work?" Lucy's insides froze for a heart-stopping moment. "I'm taking a vacation," she blurted out. Why did she have to sound so nervous? She'd rehearsed the perfect excuse over and over in her car on the way here. "A vacation?" Angela folded her arms across her chest. Her gaze filled with suspicion as it traveled over Lucy from head to toe, taking in the